Hi, this is Danielle, and I'm coming to you live straight from the classroom. And I just wanted to do a quick video to talk to you about some of the things that I've learned as an author and self-publishing, and now actually starting my own publishing company. And so I wanted to share some knowledge with you. I have several rules to becoming an author, but I want to share 5 quick tips with you right now that I think can help jumpstart you and actually getting ready to read and also getting ready to write. So the first tip, number one, my first rule to becoming an author is to stick with a specialty. So a lot of times, if you're anything like me, you would probably consider yourself a jack of many trades, where you know a lot about a lot. And but when you come to deciding to write a book and speak to your audience, then just like you target your audience, you also want to target your specialty. So I would suggest rule number 1 is to stick to a specialty, something that you know a lot about. And number 2, timing is essential. And what exactly do I mean by that? In my research, I've learned that some of the people who have written books and have become some of the best sellers, it was all because of the timing. They picked a particular topic or wrote about a specific content that hadn't been out there yet. There's one person in mind right now who writes, he's an educational author, and he writes a lot about poverty, but he's never been poor. He grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. But he did research and found out that there was like only one book in education on poverty, and he began to tap into that market and became a number 1 bestseller simply because the timing is right. So when we talk about timing, do your research and find out what isn't out there and fill in the gaps. And when there is not a market for your product or your area of specialty, then you have a really great chance of becoming a bestseller. Rule number 3 is be an expert. And not just an expert, but be a real expert of your content. Now, if you're writing fictional, then be an expert of your subject matter. If you're talking about relationships, know what you're talking about. If you're going to tell a story about Little Red Riding Hood, whatever it is, if you're going to write a fictional book, be an expert on the structure, the text features, whatever it is that you're talking about. I'm really a nonfiction writer, and I read nonfiction books, so that's the area that I would tackle the most, is an area of nonfiction. So I would advise you to become a real expert, do your research, read every day, even if you just spend 30 minutes a day reading other writings or other types of genres in the area that you're interested in, and let what's already out there sink into you so you can be inspired to write more. The 4th rule is to have a strong book cover design. And I tell you, that's one of the things that I struggle with the most, and I'm still struggling with. So I would advise you to hire someone who's really good at designing a book cover. Right now, I use several people on Fiverr or Fiverr, Fiverr, and I don't just stick to one. So I may hire like 5 different designers, and whichever one can come up with the best design for me, that's the one I choose. So I would advise you to find or hire someone who's really good at designing book covers, because the first thing that a person is gonna see is the cover design. So if you are very particular and meticulous about your design, then you have a better chance at selling your book, because most people judge a book by its cover. So hire a cover designer. And the last one is promote yourself. Most people think that the publisher, if you have someone else to publish your book, that they're going to do all the work for you. Or even your best-selling authors like Lisa Nichols, Zane, Anthony Robbins. Some of them sell because they already made a name for themselves, but most times these authors are doing book tours. They're marketing. So if you want to write a book like I did, my first book, I just wanted to say that I've written a book, and I hadn't sold not one of them, and it's been 6 months. I realized that it's more to just writing a book and then putting it on Amazon or getting it in on somebody online machine or into a small bookstore. You have to market the book, and I'll talk to you more about all of these categories coming soon. So I just want to give you a tip, and I want you to really start thinking about writing and becoming an author and publishing your book. And when I offer classes or something that of interest to you for free, then please log in, because maybe the information can help you help someone else. So just a quick review. Number 1, stick with the specialty. Number 2, your timing is important. Number 3, be a real expert. Number 4, have a strong book cover design. And number 5, always remember to promote yourself. Until next time, seek out Parrish Publishing. Become your best author.